Good morning, children, and welcome to online classes. And today I am going to teach the naming of complex alkyl substituent, cyclic compounds, and then organic compounds having functional group. These are the three different topics I am going to teach, and this is in continuation with the organic chemistry chapter. First, let us see how are the complex alkyl groups connected. Now let us see what is meant by complex alkyl group. Alkyl group is known to us methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, hexyl, heptyl, and so on. These are alkyl groups. Now, complex alkyl groups or complex alkyl substituents means when we take the long chain of hydrocarbon from any carbon atom to that hydrogen atoms are connected, right? So any hydrogen atom, any one of the hydrogen atom connected to any carbon atom of that long chain can be removed, and that place can be taken by alkyl group. Right? Next, complex alkyl group means that alkyl group it should have branch or branches in it. Then it is said to be complex alkyl group. Right? Now, let us see the first one, that is naming of complex alkyl substituent. And give some examples so that you can understand what is meant by complex alkyl group and how is it named. Let us see one example wherein we have hydrocarbon part of the long chain like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Numbering can be given in any direction. If it is given in this direction, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, first and ninth carbon atoms are terminal carbon atoms. So they should have always 3 hydrogen atoms connected to them. Right? And I have not satisfied the valency of each carbon atom because I have to show the substituents. Imagine I had carbon atom 2 or to carbon atom number 2. I am connecting methyl group. Now valency of second carbon atom is satisfied. Now fourth carbon atom, here what I am doing is I will connect 3 carbon atoms. Right? And the first carbon atom I will add methyl. Now, 7th carbon atom or 6th carbon atom, we can take any carbon atom, and here I am adding methyl group. Now, to satisfy valency of each carbon atom, I will go on add hydrogen atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 satisfy, here 2, and here 2. Now, valency of each carbon atom is satisfied. This is long chain, right? And these are substituents. This is alkyl group. methyl is alkyl group, another methyl is also alkyl group, and this is also alkyl group, but this is said to be the complex alkyl group because this has branch in it. See, this is alkyl group, to that this itself is one branch substituted, right? From this carbon atom, one hydrogen atom is removed and methyl group is added. So this has become now complex alkyl group. And this methyl group is connected to first carbon atom. So I will give number 1 to that carbon atom like this. Next, second carbon atom. Next is third carbon atom. Now, if you look at the long chain, it has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9. Branch also has 1, 2, 3. Now, how to distinguish these numbers? Because in both cases we have similar 1, 2, 3 digits. In order to distinguish one from the other, in this complex alkyl group, right, wherever 1, 2, 3 I have written, there I write dash marks. Means 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash. So this should be right as 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash. Means to 1 dash carbon atom, methyl group is connected. Now, this substituent has 3 carbon atoms, so it is propyl. To this propyl, CH3 is connected. That means 1 dash methyl. Now, position of this complex alkyl group is 4. Position of simple alkyl groups, that is methyl and another methyl, is 2 and 6. And long chain has 9 carbon atoms. So, it is derivative of the alkane containing 9 carbon atoms in it, known as nonane. Non, N-O-N. We have to read this in chemistry as non, not none. That English none is different. Non or nona means 9. Now, how to name this compound? Here, 2, 6 carbon atoms to which methyl group is connected. So, methyl. Now, to fourth carbon atom, 1, 2, 3. Substituent containing 3 carbon atoms is connected. So, it is propyl. All the rules of nomenclature should be satisfied. So, first letter M, in propyl first letter P. Since M precedes P, therefore in the name first methyl should come. So here position of these methyl groups is 2 and 6. So its name is 2, 6 dimethyl. Now the fourth carbon atom, this complex alkyl group is connected. So I will write 4. Whenever complex alkyl group is connected, its name should be written in the round parenthesis. Parenthesis means bracket. So after 4, I am putting round parenthesis. Now, what should be written in round parenthesis? Let us see. This entire thing is connected to fourth carbon atom, so 4 is written. Now, the first carbon atom, that to 1 dash carbon atom, methyl group is connected. So, I will write 1 dash methyl. Next, this substituent has 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, means 3 carbon atoms. So, propyl. Long chain has 9 carbon atoms. So, it is nonane. That's all. That is example 1. Now let us see example 2. Home children, you might have understood what is meant by complex alkyl group. Right. Now let us see the other example wherein we have seven carbon atoms. Long chain possessing any number of carbon atoms, so can put. Here I have taken 9 carbon atoms long chain and here 7 carbon atoms. 4, 5, 6, 7. So terminal carbon atoms have 3 hydrogen atoms each. Means no hydrogen atom of terminal carbon atom is substituted. Now to second carbon atom, right? Fourth carbon atom and fifth carbon atom, I am adding methyl group, and yeah. Here what I will do is, it is lengthy, so let me show this down and here. 2 carbon atoms, and here methyl, and here methyl. Now I am going to make this as complex alkyl group. So what I am going to do here is, I will add one methyl group towards RHS and LHS one methyl group, and this carbon will become CH3. Right? Now, in this case, as I told you, this is complex alkyl group. To this carbon I will give number 1 dash. To this carbon 2 dash. 1 dash 2 dash means that is ethane derivative. Now, let me satisfy valencies of other carbon atoms. Yeah, it is satisfied. When numbers are given, it takes, we add methyl group here, and I will make this 2, and I will remove this hydrogen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon atoms. Right? Now its name should be written. Here, this is ethyl derivative. Right? Now in this case, I will do one thing and make this ethyl. C2H5 instead of methyl. Yeah. Now, see, we have 2 different substitutes. Methyl, first letter M. Ethyl, first letter E. So here what I am going to do is, I will take all the rules of IUPAC into account besides alphabetical order. So in that way, this will come first. Name of ethyl group. So its name is 5-ethyl 2,2-dimethyl Now, this complex alkyl group is connected to 4th carbon atom. So I write 4. Now, see, to first carbon atom, 2 methyl groups are connected. So I write 1 dash dimethyl. Now, this long chain has 2 carbon atoms. So I write ethyl Now, this chain has 7 carbon atoms in it. So heptane. Yes. So this is second example, and we will go to third example. Now, let us see example 3. And that example 3 is this compound CH2Cl CH2, Cl, CH2, Cl, and here CH2, Cl. This is that compound. Now, in this case, we have Cl's many times, right? Multiplicity, it can be called as multiple, means many times. Now, if we give numbers, either vertically or horizontally, we can give numbers in any way. 1, 2, 3. When multiplicity or the substituents are there, we use bis for 2. If anything is repeated, anything in the sense substituent is repeated 2 times, we write bis. Tris means 3. Tetrakis means 4. So single S should be there. If we write double S, that gives different meaning. Okay. Next is pentakis means 5. So these terms we need to remember. We are not going to write di, tri, tetra, penta. We are going to write bis, tris, tetrakis, pentakis, and so on. Now let us see this compound here. The first and third carbon atom, chlorine atoms are connected, right? So we write 1, 3, dichloro. Now the second carbon atom, CH2 Cls are connected. So 2 and then round parenthesis. And in this round parenthesis, what should be written? Let us see. It is repeated 2 times of CH2Cl. So we are going to write bis chloromethyl now chain has 3 carbon atoms, means it is derived from propane. So its name ends with propane. That's all. So 1, 3 dichloro, 2 bis chloromethyl propane. That is the name of this compound, right? Yes, children. Now let us see the second part, that is cyclic compounds. How should cyclic compounds be named? Cyclic compound means ring compounds. Now let us see the ring which do not contain pi bond or pi bonds in them. Means it should not be benzene. Now if we take such a ring compound, we should write the prefix cyclo first to that compound. As ring doesn't contain any pi bond, so the name will end with the suffix ane. Now let us see some examples. This is one compound, right? Its name is cyclohexane. A refers to saturated hydrocarbon. Next compound. In this compound, see 3 pi bonds can be shown in the form. Here in this compound, I have shown one bond above a particular carbon atom of that ring. So whenever one line is shown, recall bond line structures. Whenever one bond is shown, tip of that bond, terminal end of that bond indicates presence of one carbon and three hydrogen atoms. It is called methyl. So its name is methyl cyclohexane. Means in the case of this type of ring structures, substituent's name is always takes what you call the prefix position, right? So methyl cyclohexane. Now let us see another compound. This is called junction, where the two bonds are joining. Wherever two bonds are joining, that shows one carbon and two hydrogen atoms. Like that we have two junctions, and this is terminal. Terminal has one carbon and three hydrogen atoms, like this. Right? Now, since we have two substituents, so position should be mentioned. This is first carbon atom, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this is representing methyl. This is representing 1, 2, 3. Alkyl group containing 3 carbon atoms is propyl. Methyl first letter M, propyl first letter P. So M precedes P. Means M will come first and thereafter P. So in that way, when we are required to write the name, we will write like this. 1 methyl, 3 propyl cyclohexane. Right. Now let us see the fourth example. In this example, we are going to see the position, means a particular carbon atom where there are two substituents connected at a time. Means it will be like this. And here, now how should this compound be named? See, two terminals have two methyl groups, and here one junction, one point where two bonds are joining. That is one CH2 group, and this is terminal CH3. CH2, CH3 means ethyl. And here we have two methyl groups. Now let us see how should this compound be named. As we have two substituents, to specify their positions, we have to give numbers. When only one substituent is there, if we want we can give or we can ignore. Okay, now methyl groups, and this is ethyl. E precedes M of methyl. E of ethyl precedes M of methyl. So first ethyl name should come. So its name is 3-ethyl. 1,1 dimethyl cyclohexane. Right? That's how the cyclic compounds or the ring structures which do not contain pi bonds in them are named. Yes. Now, I'll move to the last topic, that is organic compounds having functional group. Here you need to remember, functional group means the active part of the organic compound. Functional group means active part. And alkyl radical, it is hydrocarbon part, right? It can be the long chain. So organic compound having functional group. Any organic compound which has functional group will have two parts. One is functional group, that is active part of the compound, and second one is alkyl radical, that can be the long chain hydrocarbon part. And functional group concept is known to you. Atom or group of atoms which are accountable for similar properties, or the entire compound is known as functional group. And in this topic we are going to see many functional groups, many classes of compounds, and examples of concerned class of the compound. So here, to better understand the topic, what I am going to do is I will make a table containing class of compounds, and then functional group, and third column IUPAC prefix or suffix. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last column is example. Now let us see the class of compounds. If you take saturated hydrocarbons, means alkanes, they are made up of carbon and hydrogen with single bond, right? So first class of compound is alkane. Now in the case of alkane, the name has the characteristic ending, that is "ane", and that is nothing but suffix. So here, "ane". This shows continuation, right? And example for this is propane. See in the name, "ane" is there, right? "Ane" means saturated hydrocarbon, right? Next is alkene. Next, in the case of all alkenes, we have double bonds, right? Means each alkene should have compulsorily at least one double bond. So here I write double bond, and this should be in between the carbon atoms. Next, each carbon atom should be connected with double bond because its tetravalency should be satisfied. Now, in the case of alkene, the name ends with "ene". So here, example for this is ethene. Right? So propane, CH3, CH2, CH3. Here ethene, CH2, double bond, CH2. We can go for butene, pentane, hexane, and so on. Next is alkyne. Right? Alkanes, alkynes. Okay. So alkynes will have triple bonds in them besides hydrogen and carbon. So each member of alkyne homologous series will have at least one triple covalent bond. So that triple bond can be shown like this. And that triple bond should be between carbon atoms. So those two carbon atoms. Right? To satisfy the valency after and before the carbon atom, one bond each is added. And its name ends with ene. Ene means alkene. Here alkynes. So name ends with ine. And best example for this is butane, propyne, hexyne, pentyne, and so on. So butane should have four carbon atoms. Right? Now we'll move to the other class of compound, that is alcohols. Functional group of alcohol is OH, and alcohol's name ends with O, alcohol. So suffix O. And best example for this compound is 2-propanol. So CH3, CH3, and to second carbon atom OH group will come. That's all. That is propanol. Nodular. We'll move to carbonyl compounds. Aldehydes and ketones, together known as carbonyl compounds. So, among them, the first one, let us see aldehydes. Aldehydes. Functional group is CHO. In the case of aldehydes, the name ends with al, and that is suffix. And best example for this is butanol. See, in the name butanol we have al, suffix. Now its structure is CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. So we can write butanol or 1-butanol. Now, ketones. This is second type of compound of carbonyl compounds family. And functional group of this is double bond CO. In the case of ketones, name ends with on, ketone. So that on is suffix. We should not read it as 1. If I remove this bond, it is 1. Right? If we put single covalent bond, it becomes on. Example for this compound is 2-pentanone. So 5 carbon atoms. It should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to second carbon atom, ketonic functional group is linked. So it is 2-pentanone. Now we will move to halides. And functional group is X. X can be equal to Cl, Br, I for iodine. Right. Now, in the case of halides, the name of the compound begins with halo. Halo is prefix. and single bond. Right? Best example for this is 2-chloropropane. So it is like this. 2-chloropropane. Next class of compounds is amines. Functional group of amine can be NH2 or NH or N or R. These are called substituted amines. And the name ends with amine, so it should be suffix. Best example for this is 1-butanamine. 1-butanamine. And its structure is like this: CH, NH2, CH2, CH2, CH3. When numbers are given, this carbon will take number 1. 1, 2, 3 means this should be 2. 2, 3, 4. So position of NH2 group is 1. Therefore, it is 1-butanamine. Now, let us see the other class of compounds, that is amides. And functional group is CONH2. And the name of the compound ends with amide, so it is suffix. And best example for this is butanamide. Butanamide. So structure is like this: CH3, CH2, CH2, CO, NH2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butanamide or 1-butanamide. Next class of compound is nitrile. The other name of nitrile is cyanide, which is deadly poisonous substance, and its functional group is Cl. And name of the compound ends with nitrile, so it is suffix. And that compound can be like this: pentam nitrile. Pentane nitrile. And it is CH3, CH2, 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 Cl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next compound is ether. Functional group of ether is O. On either sides of oxygen, if we put bonds, then it will become functional group of ether. And its name begins with alkoxy, so it should be prefix. Alkoxy. Right. And best example for this is methoxy methane. It is CH3 O CH3. Next is ester. Ester. Its name ends with O8. O-A-T-E. And since its name ends with O-A, so it should be suffix. CO minus and it is OAT. Example for this is ethyl butanoate or ethyl pentanoate. The structure is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentanoate, derivative of pentane. And ethyl or you can write even methyl. Ethyl or methyl. Let me take methyl pentanoate. COOCH3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. CH3, CH2, CH2. So that's about the organic compounds possessing functional groups in them, different functional groups, and how they are named as per IUPAC nomenclature. Thank you, children.